please join me in welcoming candidate for governor, Michael Williams.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and I was actually hoping to have a pretty exciting guest with me. Roger Stone is in Atlanta, and we had an event with him last night, and he came out and endorsed our campaign, and he was planning on coming here today and saying hi to everybody. But unfortunately, the liberal left and the media, this witch hunt they have going on their president, he's been tied up trying to defend the president and some of his allies. So he wanted me to tell you guys hello. He wished he could be here, but he's not able to make it. My name is Michael Williams. I'm asking for your support, for your vote, and for your endorsement to become the next governor of Georgia. Many of you probably never heard of me before I decided to run for governor, and I actually want to celebrate that, because what that means is I am not a career politician. I am like many of you. I was busy raising my family and running my business. But I grew tired of an ever-growing government, especially those politicians out there, the Republican ones, that promised every single year that they would reduce the size of government and support our conservative values. Yet when they became elected, they went down to D.C. or Atlanta and didn't do a single thing. So I decided I'd keep complaining about it, or I could do something about it. So I decided I would sell my business, partly due to Obamacare, and run for office. When I ran back in 2014, I didn't know very many people in my community. Again, I was busy running my business, taking care of my family. I'd never been to a community event or a political meeting or anything like that. I was traveling about 7,000 miles a month in my car. So I was an unknown commodity in my district, and I was up against an established Republican who had been down there for many years, who had the support of our current lieutenant governor, the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, and just about every other state senator here in Georgia. It was David versus Goliath. Some people wondered where I found such determination to push forward against all this and to persevere against the nasty attacks that came our way. And then to win 66 to 34%, to go from an unknown to the state senator in less than 10 months. I found that strength within my relationship with my Father in heaven, my God. You see, prior to me running for office, I'd gone through many of life's really, really tough challenges. But through the grace of God, I made it through. Not only just made it through, but He blessed me tremendously. And during those tough challenges, I found myself many times on my knees, praying and asking my Father in heaven for direction, for support, and what it was for His will for me to do. I remember very distinctly praying one night, and this thought came into my mind. It was, get off the bench and get into the game. I was a little confused because I wasn't really sure what he was talking about. I was working really hard, providing for my family. I was going to church. I was active where I was worshiping. And I was involved in my kids' life, so I didn't know what bench I was supposed to get off of or what game to get into. But over time, I realized I'd been sitting on the civic bench. And I was watching as our nation was headed to destruction. Our country was being torn apart by the media, the liberal left, and the Republicans that we kept voting on every single year. And most importantly, a complacent citizenry, which I was a part of. So this struck me with a burning fire and a conviction to become the candidate that elected officials only claim to be during campaign season. I would exemplify the conservative values that we hold so near and dear to our hearts in both word and deed. When I first announced, I didn't know if I could win. I knew the odds were stacked against me. But what I did know, what I had absolutely no doubt about, was that I was doing what my Father in heaven had asked me to do. And if He wanted me to win, I'd win. But win or lose, I'd gotten off of that bench and was in the game. And boy, let me tell you, did we win. It was the worst beatdown of a Georgia senator in history of the state. Our little, go ahead and clap. You can clap. Our little ragtag team, we defeated the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, the special interest group, and just about every single lobbyist at the Capitol. We won every single precinct in the district by a margin of 2-1, including the incumbent's home district. Now, I wish I could stand up here and tell you guys it was all because of me, but it wasn't. It was my Father in heaven who granted me the strength and the miracle to go ahead and do that. Now I'm out here fighting for us, fighting for each and every one of us. And I want to make you guys a couple of promises. I promise today, in front of God, in front of all of you, that I will be fearless in standing up and fighting for our conservative values. I will defend our liberties from all foreign, domestic, and corporate threats that seek to chain us down with liberalism, globalism, socialism, fascism, or any other assault on our freedoms that are meant to enslave us to government. I will fight to preserve our religious freedoms and fight and expose those who try to take them from us, including those that try to shame us and accuse us of using our religious beliefs as a tool for discrimination. I will not be controlled by the lobbyists, the special interests, the big corporate, or the wealthy elite who use the power of the state to forcefully take money from the citizens to redistribute it for themselves. I was the first elected official here in Georgia to come out and support Donald Trump. I support what he's doing in D.C. He's draining that swamp. We need to do something very similar here in Georgia. I ask for your support and for your vote. Thank you.